Hey everybody, Forever and Counting Love here. I am Anthony,
I'm Serena.
and we were doing, I guess, our story together.
Yeah.
We still are. Is it trying to, I don't want to say find time or
Fine time.
that? Well, yes,
That's
that too.
hilarious.
It's we're still trying to complete going through with that,
Yeah.
But I seen another video, and from another channel that I watch, and he kind of was he was doing this regularly, then he stopped. He says, but this was the first time I've seen it. It was kind of like a perspective, where he said like a journal, but I don't know if you want to call it.
He does it like every week. I don't think that we'll be able to do it every week.
No.
We can't even
No.
we
Yeah.
can't even find time to do other things.
Yeah. But we're gonna shoot for every week, but we're not breaking any promises.
Yeah.
And the channel is still trying to grow. It's kind of small. It's until YouTube will push it out and get
It's
noticed.
that one video.
Yeah, we just need that one video to get going. But for right now, I guess this is a lot for us. But I thought it was kind of a good idea. He did like a perspective of dad, but I thought it'd be like perspective, husband, dad, son, that kind of thing,
Okay.
And I know we kind of talked like maybe doing it separate, but I didn't know if you were
Good at talking to myself.
Yeah. So maybe it's easier for us to bounce off each other,
Yeah.
So. But we didn't know if it was going to be like a what's going on right now type thing, or like a weekly thing, or kind of catching up thing. Shoot, our luck, it could be like a monthly thing. It's like, who knows?
Here's what's going on in the month of December.
Yeah. So I mean, do you want to go with that, like December, kind of January type thing?
I guess we could. Yeah.
What do you got? Start out.
December was stressful.
Besides the holidays.
Well, I mean, December in itself, this whole last year
Oh, dude.
in general was just hard because it's like we had a cloud over us anyway.
I know I said it, remember at the end of the year, I said, we always say at the end of the year, next year's going to be better,
But I knew that I knew last year wasn't going to be better. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Like, I knew last year wasn't going to be better.
It was a lot to get through.
Like, we had something really bad happen at the year
Oh, my father
passed away. And so that was still over us. So it was like we went through birthdays, and it was like they started at the beginning of the year and went all year long. I mean, normally birthdays do, but in our family, they really did. They're spread out. And so, where I tried to make some things positive, it still had that cloud over it. And then it was the holidays and Masters and
before the holidays, it was we had to deal with these storms that came through Florida.
Yeah.
We lost power, lost food, just
lost all kinds of stuff, and we're not complaining because there were other people that are still living in hotels.
Some aren't. Some are living in little trailers,
just trying to fight the government and the whole 9 yards. So I'm not complaining that we lost power and we lost things. And then there was the holidays, and that held a black cloud, and then it was, now we're into the next year, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, it's not going to get better, it's going to get a little bit easier. Like, maybe the cloud isn't so big this year, Like it's starting to go down just a little. It's always going to be there. It's just the size of it is what, you know.
I was doing okay. Like we talked about it, and my sister, she needed my dad's birth certificate, his death certificate, and we had like 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah,
and for some reason she didn't have one. I don't know why. So I got her a couple copies of it. Then it just like after that, it was just like everything came all the way back, and just like,
yeah,
man, here we go again, and for like a couple days, it was just kind of like,
yeah. And I know
gotta
that
go to work, gotta go do this, it's like,
and I know that like it's never ever going to go away. Like that's always going to be a great big hole in our family, and it's never going to go away. And I think people say it's not that the hole goes away, the pain kind of gets a little less and a little less and a little less. The hole is always still there. It's just the pain kind of lessens, or you just learn to live with it.
And also like dealing like with the holidays and everything, I was I don't know. Do you say therapist?
Yeah.
Counselor, or I don't know, what do you call her?
I think she was a counselor.
Anyway, I was talking to someone about what's been going on and everything with me, and I had been talking with her for about a year.
Yeah.
Then she just kind of hits me with she feels like I'm doing a whole lot better than I was a year ago. Well, she was right, but then she just left it up to me to
make the appointment
when I want to make an appointment, and that was it.
Which is, and I know he's sitting right here, which is a really bad idea because he won't make the appointments.
Yeah, and it's been
a while.
It's been the end of November, and it's middle of January, and I haven't went to see her. So it's like now I'm at the stage of like, I feel like it'd be kind of awkward if I contacted her.
No, I don't think it would be. Like I think that you should contact her. I
mean, I feel good when I talk to her, but then sometimes, it stirs up a bunch of stuff.
That's what she's supposed to do, is stir up a bunch of stuff and make you feel better through that stuff. What everybody doesn't know about Anthony, he doesn't like confrontation at all.
Well, I just don't know what to say to her. It's like I want, I guess it's just some of the stuff that we're dealing with right now, and I feel bad. I feel like some of these people, up north and shoot to the west of us, and
Yeah.
ridiculous temperatures. Like they didn't get pounded full of snow, but they got a good amount of snow in Texas,
Yeah, no.
Houston. It's just like.
The panhandle is going to get snow.
Yeah, so we live in Florida, obviously. I've said that, and they're saying like tonight, like
We're going to get freezing rain.
yeah, we'll get freeze rain and everything. But like above us is said snow.
Yeah.
It's just like, say what? I was just telling Serena a little bit ago. Just like I feel like throughout the years, like it never snowed in Florida, like never, But then like every year, it just seems like it's going farther. It's going south, 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 south. Like now, it's like I've never seen it go this far with the snow, and just like this is crazy.
Yeah. We have our fireplace going. It's been going for a couple of days straight, and it's going to continue to go for a couple of days straight. So
it's sometimes it's just hard to like, I don't want to say like a breaking point, but just like, just everything just piles on you, and I know that's life. It's going to happen, but, I don't know if we've said before in other videos, but, I tell Serena all the time, it's just like, are we going to catch a break on anything? And just like, you know, when was it? A couple weeks ago? I think it was about 3 weeks.
No.
We literally in our household, all the cars broken.
Oh yeah, except for one.
Except for one. You know,
I was running like mad.
and then that car broke.
Yeah.
Then luckily, my mom, let us borrow her truck that she never drives, and that thing's a freaking gas hog, and we're not used to driving that thing around, and I mean, I'm grateful we had it because that's all we had. She couldn't go to work, because she does, like Instacart stuff like that, deliveries, and we get murdered in fuel doing that, and so it's like it's not worth it, So it's.
But I made my time here worth it, like so.
We get the car fixed, and it was so much money. Then, like our other vehicle is in the shop, and more money. It's always. No, I know it's always something. That's the thing. It's like why does it have to be always something?
Because it's life.
And so my daughter's car, her car finally just like died, which, I mean, she got her money's worth out of that thing.
Oh my gosh.
That thing had like 215,000 miles, and I didn't even realize it.
It made a trip from here to Tennessee. Then
She
from
lived there for a
Tennessee,
while.
from Tennessee to Minnesota,
She was there for a while,
and then from Minnesota back to Tennessee, and then back here.
back to Florida. So I told her, I was like, you can't complain about that thing. It's done its due diligence. It's just, and we had talked about, well, maybe we need to. We've been holding off. It's like maybe we need to get a second vehicle for us. So us two and my daughter, we go to the dealership and talk, and come to find out that we don't making we didn't fall in line with everything because we just didn't make enough money.
Well, they told us over the phone that they were going to take my income.
Yeah, her income.
And with his, and then we would. And then we got there, and then they're like, "Oh no, we don't take your income."
They don't accept her income because she's basically if like Instacart, DoorDash, Uber Eats, all that kind of good stuff. They're self-employed deal. So it's they were accepting all that, but then all of a sudden now they're not.
Now they're not.
So
But the lady on the phone told us, "Oh yeah, you're still good."
So we're going down there thinking like,
I'm gonna get a car.
We're coming back with a car, and that didn't happen. And what turned around was and then my daughter, she had the income, but she didn't.
No, she had the credit. She didn't have the income.
So it was either like we can't do both, but if we help her out, then we can't get nothing. So that was hard.
So mom, being mom, said, "Get my baby a car.
Take care of your kids."
And then I went to the car and cried.
And that was hard, because we both were like. And I didn't want to do it, and they made us go. Well, they didn't make us, but they, hey, go give this thing a test drive. And like once you get in the car, you're like, oh yeah, I like this thing, And I knew I shouldn't have done it, but what?
But the guy was like, and which I'm really excited, like happy about, because we've been to car lots before in the past, and like I've gone in and said, I don't want this vehicle. Like I don't want this kind of vehicle, and we've walked out with that kind of vehicle because Anthony's like, oh no, the guy said, and we've walked out with that kind of vehicle. And so like this time I was like, I'm not looking at anything but this vehicle or this vehicle.
And he tried to like, well, we can't get you this, we can get you over here. And I told the guys, like, we've done that too many times. I was like, we're not doing that. So if we can't do it, then we got her a car. So she got a really nice vehicle, and our car's in the shop. So
we gotta pick our daughter's car up from the shop.
So
it's okay though, because honestly and truthfully, I would rather use the money that they wanted down to move. So,
and that's where we're also trying to get that going. And that's been a struggle too. Just, you know,
It's looking better though.
yes, it's just, you know, like for instance, like today, we, obviously my daily job, tells me yesterday that, it was Monday evening, and they said that, we're not going to work till Wednesday. So I'm not working at all on Tuesday. And this has been going on for a while, just from the, the weather and the holidays and everything just slowed down. And what did you tell me about not getting upset?
Don't be fast to anger. Be slow. And just rely on God and pray about it. That's all we can do.
And I didn't see any of the company I work for. I didn't see any of those trucks rolling around today. But we did see one truck coming at us, and I'm like, it's like, that's my company, and it wasn't. And I was like, quick to be like, I was about to grab the phone and call somebody, like, why am I working?
But it wasn't your company.
But the whole group of guys I work with, I mean, it just. Nobody.
And to be truthful, somebody probably did work today for me.
Oh yeah, there was people working today.
And you're gonna work tomorrow, and there were gonna be guys that don't work tomorrow.
So on top of, I needed to, I had to bring something. So, I went and did the Instacart thing, both of us together.
Except for I lost my card.
Yeah, but I mean, we still work together, and it's a whole lot easier working together than by yourself.
Yeah. Because
you're, one, not by yourself. Two, you got a decent view of somebody, and someone to talk to, But I knew in my head, it's like I needed a certain amount of money. Because, there's a bill to pay. And as we're in the middle of working, they're calling, hey, and I said, I will call you when I get done today. I promise, I got to make this much money, then I'll cash out and boom, I'll send it to you. And I didn't want to work as long as what we did, but we got it done. But, it just, it falls back into the, man, just give me a break, man. It just.
You just gotta look at the small things in life and be happy for those. At least that's what I try to do. The small things, black-eyed peas and cornbread.
But it turned out to be, I think she has to do this more for me than her, Like, she's got to turn it around and make me feel like everything's cool, everything's copacetic, everything's going to be great. But she knows that I'm struggling, and like, trying to hold it together. And today was one of those days. And countless times, like, she asked me, "You okay?" Yeah. And she's probably like, "No, he's not."
No, I can tell you. Not last night. Night before. So we had our nephew over for the weekend. Oh, yeah. Which is cool because we don't get to see him that often, and he's the fabulous little kid.
10-year-old boy, like, hyped up.
But we went to a baby shower, and he came home and he's like, I'm gonna lay down and take a nap. And I was like, okay, whatever. And I'm making food, I think it was. Oh yeah, potato salad.
You're making salad, yeah.
And he comes in and he said something, and I answered him. Oh,
no, it's the bread.
I said, Jack wants to play a video game with you, or wants to do a video with you. Oh, and you went, I know.
Yeah.
And I literally stopped what I was doing and had to count in my head. And our daughter was sitting on the couch, and she turned around and looked like, did he just snap at you? Mm-hmm. And I just I'm like, it's okay. And I kind of said under my breath, I was like, I'm just going to let that go. Just going to let that go. And
it's all on top of, stress because of work, not getting any hours. And I had to work that day. I only I only worked 3 hours, but
you went to work.
I went to work. I had to get up early, and I came home. Then we went to the shower. So by this time, like what I've been up since 3:30 in the morning.
Took a nap.
I took I had just woke up. I took like a hour and a half nap. Like just woke up and I walked out there, and he had said something to me like 3 or 4 times, like, hey, we're gonna make videos. We're gonna make some videos. Yeah, buddy, we're gonna make videos. As soon as I walked out there, she's like, Jack wants to make a video. I know. It's like, and I didn't mean for it to come out like, but it was just like.
So he goes and sits down on the couch, and I'm like, I'm trying not to like react. Like,
oh, you have no reason to be upset,
But I'm trying. The old me, dude, I would have bit your head off so fast.
And I probably deserved it.
I would have.
But not thinking like I'd only been up for like.
But it would have
2
been.
minutes.
But it would have been a massive fight.
Oh yeah. This would have gone on for days.
And it didn't need to. So I'm trying my hardest not to react fast.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm trying to breathe it out and just go from there.
Because once I said it, I was like, oh, this ain't gonna be good.
So I'm trying not to react.
Getting cut off for a while.
I'm trying my hardest not to react so fast.
Yeah.
So you go, and I just finish peeling the potatoes, and like just I'm like ignoring. So all of a sudden he sits down on the love seat, and our daughter's sitting on the couch, and she just turns around and looks at him, and she goes, "Daddy, are you okay?"
Yeah, and I didn't even answer. But I was like, yeah. Right.
He still didn't make a video with Jackson that night.
I think we did one.
No, you didn't.
We did. Then the next day we did more. But anyway, it just, I don't know why you have to let stress just build up, and then you
because
snap
you're
at
a
the
guy
wrong,
and you don't
you snap at the wrong person. Yeah.
It would be just so much easier just to talk about it instead of snapping my head off and me not hitting you with a knife.
That would suck. Now it's on video that you premeditated all this.
I thought long and hard about it.
I just, it feels like it would just be too easy just to argue every day about something just to make you feel good. But, I just.
But the Bible says not to be quick with anger, but he also says not to let the sun go down on your anger. So
I do that a lot.
But you're not supposed to. You're supposed to get it out and talk it out and fix it. So.
But there wasn't nothing for you to fix. This was all me.
But sometimes you just have to talk. Open mouth, words come out.
Sometimes it's the wrong words.
And then our adorable little nephew.
Oh yeah, he played everybody.
So me and his mom have issues. Is that an easy way to say it?
There you go.
We have issues. And so Anthony went to work yesterday, and
So he was originally supposed to go home on Sunday. Then I, asked her, say, hey, is it cool if he stays one more day? Then we'll bring him home. And she's like, yeah, can you bring him home in the morning? Yeah, I'll get Serena or one of the girls to bring him over while I'm at work. No problem. And that was it.
So when he wakes up, he gets up late, which I'm not going to wake him up. I'm going to let him wake up. It's his day off from school. I'm not going to wake him up. So he wakes up. He was
probably up late playing on his phone.
Probably. And he gets up about 11:30, 12. I make him some food. He eats some oatmeal. Then me and him are talking. And I said, Jack, your Uncle Bubba, at the time, you said, I only have one more load and then I'll probably be home.
When I wasn't working in where I regularly work, they had me go work at another plant about an hour and a half away. So I'm like 2 hours from the house.
But you said, I'll probably be home. And so I said, Jack, me and your Uncle Bubba will probably take you home when he gets home, thinking that you're coming home soon. Well, then you called and you said, "Oh no, I'm doing another load. It won't be. It'll be late." And I said, "Okay, cool." And Jack was in here playing video games, and I said, "Hey, dude, I need you to call your mom. Tell your mom. Ask her what time she wants me to bring you home." I didn't know that it was supposed to be in the morning.
Yeah.
What time does she want me to bring you home?
See, that's, I thought I told you. Anyway.
He comes in there and he says, "Oh, she said she'll pick me up before 3."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Okay, cool." Again, we have issues. So maybe she doesn't want me to come over there. Fine. I'm not going to argue. Again, slow to anger.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. So I'm like, and I hear him in here, and I hear his phone going off, going off, going off, going off. So I called him in here. I called him into the living room. I'm like, "Dude, who are you ignoring on your phone? Who's calling you and you're ignoring them?" And he goes, without even missing a step, I said, "Who are you ignoring?" He goes, "Mom." Jackson.
Yeah.
"Dude, I understand you're 10 and you don't know the issues. Don't ignore your mom. Don't ignore your mom." And he goes, no, Aunt Serena. That ringtone for her is the same as her text tone. I'm texting her back and forth." And I went, oh, okay, cool. Again, I'm thinking that she's still going to come and pick him up. And then all of a sudden you call me and you're like, "You're going to have to take him home."
Yeah, she texted me and she said, "Hey, I thought Jack was coming home in the morning." And I'm like, I'm at work. I don't know what's going on. And it's just like, then we start, texting each other back. I texted you, you talked to Jack. So I guess apparently Jack told mom that I said I wanted to take him home when I got home from work, or something. He's telling us one thing, telling her one thing. Just.
But the thing of it is he's leaving out Uncle Bubba.
Mm-hmm.
Aunt Serena said.
Yeah.
Aunt Serena said.
Then I talked to my sister, and she's like
getting all mad at Aunt Serena.
It's like, hold on. It's like, said your boy's coming up with this and that, and she's like, "I'm so sick of that phone." I said, "Well, don't sweat it. I'll get someone to bring him home." And then you end up bringing him home. So
Yeah.
And all it was is he just didn't want to go home.
He doesn't want to go home.
And I get it. Just he's over there by himself, and
Alyssa, his sister, she's always down at her dad's house because her dad pays attention to her. And then Jack is in his room because they throw stuff at Jack to entertain him. But then they want to put rules on it. And it's like, where he comes here and...
So he I don't think did you hear him the one time, like, after dealing with the vehicles and, everything, and then, he came, this is the first time we've seen him since...
a while.
It's been a while. And he asked me, he said, "Hey, are we going to do presents?" And I'm like, "Presents?" And he goes, "For Christmas." And I'm like, we haven't had the money to get him anything. And I said, "Dude, listen, man." It's like, I just told him, I said, "Dude, listen." I was like, I don't have the money to get you anything right now. I was like, "I promise next time you come over, we'll get something. Like, we'll do something for the PS." His dad got him a PS5, or somebody got him a PS5.
Gaming PC.
Anyway, so I wanted to get on there where me and him can play together. That's what I was trying to get him to understand. Like, there's all the cross-platform games. Like, I have an Xbox, and we can play together and stuff. But that's what I'm trying to get him. Like, hey, we can play this game over here. We could play it together. Meanwhile, he's like, "Dude, I want this game." And it's like an $80 Call of Duty. And I'm like, "Dude, I just told him, I'm not buying that game, bro." It's like, so,
I feel bad for him.
Yeah, all the time, just.
He's like, Aunt Serena, can I come back next weekend? I was like, "Baby, you can come back anytime you want."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, I'll have to ask." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know. Like, but anytime you want to come, you can come.
He did. See, I don't want to make this all about him, but he hasn't been going to see his dad and everything. And I told him like, well, we were coming over when I picked him up on Friday. I said, your mom said you ain't gone to see your dad in a while, and he goes, yeah. I was like,
Okay,
well, I'm not. We're not going into that. I don't want to do that. But, he needs to go see his dad. But that's.
But I understand why he doesn't want to go to see his dad.
And that's hard.
But I wouldn't want to watch.
Yeah, I know. But he's gonna. I think he's gonna regret it later.
I don't think he understands that. He's 10.
Yeah, that's the hard part. Being 10.
He's 10. He doesn't understand.
So it's just another thing. Like you almost feel like you kind of have to be a dad for the kid too. Just like, hey man, you can't be doing this. And like I was talking to him about school and this, and I was like, hey, you can't be doing this, man. You got to do this. It's like there's no reason to be doing this and that or whatever. This is what you're supposed to do, man.
No.
But he doesn't have that. So that's the hard part.
And I know that when
and I don't want to overstep anybody's boundaries,
I know when we move, he's going to be like, I want to go. Can I go to Aunt Serena and Uncle Anthony's house and just... And see, Jackson, as it is, holds a special place in our heart. As bad as that sounds. He is our nephew, but we had him for a very long time, from a very young age. And so it's hard for us to tell him no.
Out of all the kids that were born, he was the only one that was a boy. So it's like we got all these girls, like our girls. My sister had a girl, and she finally had a boy. And I'm like even like your sister, my brother-in-law, like they had a couple girls, and they had a boy. And it's like, there's not too many. I feel that's the part that like upsets me. It's just like, I don't know if it's like I don't know why I should let it bother me, but it's like I know when my time is done, then like the last name is that's it.
No.
There's no more, it's like, damn, man. It's like you want to keep. I don't know why because you're always told like you got to keep the family name going. I guess that's a thing, but but now it's not. It's not gonna. It's not. That's it.
Yeah.
Unless one of the kids adopts a boy or something, it never changes their last name. They never get married. They just keep their name,
I don't know.
We actually today, like we're in the car, we had a little discussion about like when your time is done,
Yeah.
And I tell her just like not that it scares me or it bothers me, but it's always in the back of my head that I know one day, either or she's gonna be out here herself or I'm gonna be by myself, and like it doesn't scare me, but it's kind of like, man, that kind of bums you,
Yeah.
like, and I'm not thinking like something tragic and terrible is gonna happen, but
We're just getting older.
It's your time. It's your time,
Mm-hmm.
And like, then you kind of wonder, like, man, what's gonna happen? I'm like, am I gonna be like the stuff that we're dealing with now? I told her, I was like, I would hate it if you had to deal with all this by yourself, or me. I'd be going nuts,
Yeah.
And what'd you say? Oh, you'd have more money if I wasn't here. Golly, man.
That's funny. I tell the kids that all the time. I'd have toys if you weren't here. But I love them. I'm glad they're here.
It just it's I guess it's some of the stuff that you deal with is like it's like how would you take that to somebody and tell them about that? It's like
About you thinking about when we're not here. I don't know. I mean, it's conversations and it's thoughts. I mean, we're not 23 anymore.
We are. Don't worry about it. It's so hard.
We're not 23 anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And it's.
I know it every morning when I wake up. I gotta sit on the edge of the bed, like, hold on, just give me a minute. before your feet even hit the floor.
Or-
You're like, compose yourself. It's like you don't want to stand up and fall down. You know? This floor's hard, you know.
My God. I'm like shuffling my feet. I'm like, pick your feet up. I can't.
I don't know.
It's all right.
It's stuff that we deal with.
And then, you have my dad that's got to have knee surgery again because he was too stubborn to do both knees at one time. So now we're doing it again. So it's like, okay. And I worry about that.
Enough to worry you, to stress you, to like health wise, it's it's not good.
Yeah. No, I know.
It's like I feel like the health problems I had the last couple of years, we've kind of figured it's kind of like everything's cool,
out.
but then I feel like there's going to be another set of problems that are going to happen.
But I'm trying not to think about it like that.
Our good friends, he had a heart attack, and he's not that much older than us.
Yeah, no.
Like what, maybe 10 years older?
Maybe.
And he had a freaking heart attack. Luckily everything's cool. Everything's what they end up doing?
Triple bypass.
Yeah,
which
triple.
Is terrible.
So this was been about a week, and he just went home
discharged
today.
Yeah.
Or yesterday, something like that. So, but he's not even here. He lives here in Florida, and his family is in New Jersey, and they were visiting family in New Jersey, and that's where everything happened. So now he's stuck in Jersey, just. And that's just like it's like this is a perfect example of a guy, I think he's somewhat healthy. He lost a bunch of weight. He's physically active, every day.
But he'd already done the damage to his body.
Oh, yeah, probably.
You didn't think about that. He'd already done the damage to his body. And so now with him losing the weight and active and all those things, but he had already done the damage to his body. So, I'm glad that Provost is better and, and it's great, but you can't sit and worry about what's going to happen 24 hours from now or 12 minutes from now or whatever. You can't do that, because if you do, you'll drive yourself insane.
We could wake up in the morning and be snow on the ground. I doubt it, but anyway. It's a possibility. You don't know.
We're getting sleet, which is insane.
That never happens here.
I know.
Never.
Which is insane. So
I was telling her, she's seen the pictures of like back in the day, what was it, 77, 78, like it snowed all over Tampa, and that's where
it was just a dusting. It wasn't like massive snow. I know.
When you live in Florida, that's snow. All right, you're living on the beach, that's freaking snow. Then I told her when I was like 9, 10, around there sometime, like it was cold for like a couple weeks, like nasty cold. Then I remember one day, like at the end of the day, like the sun hadn't completely gone down, and I was outside, and it was like you feel something hit your face. You're like what's going on? And you put your hand out, and you're like, it's freaking snowing, but it wasn't in like spitting and sleet, just like. But then like you look on the car, and you can see it. You can see like the tiny, like as soon as it hit the windshield, it would just like turn like a little snowflake type thing, ice, but like it never does that, and that was like 30 years ago, and all of a sudden, here we are again, and they're talking like it's gonna do this. I'm like, they never say those words.
They never say sleet. Never say freezing rain.
They say it's going to be a frost or a possible freeze. Because then all of a sudden sleet, snow, like where we live, like you've seen obviously what the state of Florida looks like. So basically from what's below Jacksonville, so like the Panhandle and probably like what 100 miles south of the Panhandle, it's all blue. You just like, and we're right below it. You know,
Yeah.
just like you know. I mean, it could, but
You know
but
what's funny?
You know,
What's funny is Anthony used to be a truck driver. I mean, he's still a truck driver, but he was an over-the-road truck driver. And every morning he would get up and he would go. This was before like he could look on his phone or whatever, but he would say, you know, tell me where the purple and the pink
oh
is.
yeah.
Tell me where the purple and the pink is because that's where I'm not going.
Yeah.
So he's looking to this morning on his phone
Yeah.
and he pulls up the storm and I went, is that purple?
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah.
That
And I
storm,
went, oh
that storm
my
went
gosh.
from like Texas around Houston area,
straight across the Gulf.
crossed like almost the entire state of Louisiana, part of Mississippi, through the bottom of Alabama, the whole
Panhandle.
top part panhandle of Florida, all purple blue. And I'm like, inside there was like spots of pink. And she's like, what's that? You know, that's right now. Just like, that doesn't happen.
I was like, don't go there.
Just right before we did this, I was watching a video of this guy that I watch regularly, and he lives in Texas.
Oh, we're in the purple now.
See, like right above us.
Yeah, look
See,
there.
there it is,
Up in
purplish.
Tallahassee. Wow, we gotta call Teresa.
So it just
Oh,
look at all that blue. So it's all moved, you know, east. That's ridiculous. But so you know,
That's
now you made me forget what I was saying.
I'm sorry.
I don't forgot. You know, just
I gotta call Teresa now.
this snow, this weather, and just so the guy that I watch on YouTube, he lives in Texas, and he walked outside today, and like they got like 2 inches of snow on the ground. He's just like, well, what are we supposed to do? Just like, you know, he's saying like, he's like he was scared to go to work. He's just like, I don't know if I should drive in this stuff. He was like, I'm going to be another statistic on the side of the road in the ditch that you always see, you know?
Oh my god.
And he's like, there's enough. And he was walking around. He's like, there's enough to make a snowman and everything. You know, it'd be a small snowman.
I was gonna say, it doesn't take a lot to make a snowman.
I mean, like he's pointing, like, you know, the snow, like he's like, this is a road. He's like, you can't even tell. And just, there was like on his car, his hood, you know, there was, you know, it's not supposed to snow down here, people. You know, just, you know,
Canada, you can have your weather back.
golly, man. Someone's gonna be put to blame for this. Is this an El Nino thing?
I think it's a Canada thing. That's what they're saying, though. A Canadian Arctic blaster.
10 Canucks. But, you know,
They left their door open.
yeah, shut it. So, I don't know. And on top of, you know, inauguration day yesterday,
Yep.
scary for a lot of people, you know, and that's in the back of your mind, you know, because, you know, it doesn't matter the way you think, you know, if you're watching this, the way you think and how you feel, it doesn't matter now. It
Nope.
just, you know,
Now we can just hope and pray that he keeps his promises and
he's got a lot of promises. I'll give him that. He's like, you put a lot of stuff on the table. You
so
know,
let's hope he does it. I only care about one.
it's one thing, and he said it yesterday.
I mean, no, I care about a lot of them.
Yeah,
There's one in particular
that affects a lot of people.
that, yeah. And that's the one I really, really care about.
You better lower their prices on this
Heck yeah,
food.
buddy.
That's he said that.
You better get
And that's
inflation
it.
under control.
The only thing she said, she's like, you better do that.
Let's go.
Are you gonna do this like tomorrow, right? You
So
know,
I walked in.
forget the ball. Just get right to work, man. Just,
So I had to go to the store today for dinner. We were making what I was making. And our daughter's like, oh, we need eggs, which everybody knows eggs is expensive.
never really financially recovered from all this.
So, and I'm very particular on what we eat. Very, very particular. And so I don't just go in and buy a carton of
But
eggs.
she's been doing better getting, you know, like when you look at the ingredients, and it's like
I'm not buying
She's getting it's like,
Okay, but like eggs, Anthony has to walk away because I'm not buying just regular eggs. I'm buying pasture raised, small farm, organic eggs.
what do they
right?
call them, range free or something? Or I forget
I
what
know
they're
I
called.
buy pasture raised.
Oh, okay.
And so those ones are like $9-10 a
No, I
carton.
know. I see them every time I go to the store.
And so today they didn't have those ones, and I kind of had to buy a
darn.
different kind. But I'm like in there and I'm looking at prices.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm not like, but I will admit, like I have found pasture raised organic eggs or flats. Yeah, that's what I've been buying, a flat. But we didn't go to that store. I knew Anthony wouldn't go out there.
Oh, at the Sprouts?
Yeah, I knew he wouldn't go out there. He was tired. He wanted to go home, and I knew he wouldn't drive to Sprouts. But I can get pasture raised a flat for like $11 out there, which is really good. And so, but I'm like watching prices. I'm like, dude, you got to come down.
Yeah.
Like $11 for a flat of eggs is still a lot.
It's
You know. So, but it's funny because like, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Eggs are really expensive, right? But I can go over and buy like organic, pasture raised bacon. And I mean, yeah, I'm buying the good stuff, like the really thick stuff.
It's hard to eat the good stuff. You know?
And I'm buying that, and I'm buying it for like $7 a pound. Like, and it's like, oh. So I just need things to come back down, you know? And it will. And Anthony's like, you had to find a really good time to start getting us to eat right. I'm like,
couldn't do this 10 years ago, could you?
when it was cheap.
What was that guy you were watching that video earlier about the guy, big guy with the beard, and he was talking about I think he lived in Texas, and he said, obviously they're gonna buy all the milk, bread, and eggs. He's like, we're gonna have a crap load of French toast or something.
During the storm.
Because that's the thing that happens even here in Florida. It's like the first thing that you run out of is milk and bread. It's like, why? What are you doing? If you lose power, your milk's gonna go bad.
But I've noticed in like these last couple of storms, Floridians are getting smarter. So like now it's all the water goes. Yeah. All the ramen goes.
Well, yeah, of course all the water goes.
No, it goes before the milk and the bread. So,
How many gallons of milk did we lose during the storm?
Not a lot, because we don't drink milk.
We lost a lot of stuff though. Anyway, It's just.
But we don't drink milk. So, but I am trying to get you on raw milk, because I think that would be good for you. Raw cheese and raw.
So I guess that's like maybe kind of what this video was, just kind of
hodgepodge.
Yeah, just
our life.
Maybe it's better for us. Like I said at the beginning, this might be better for us than to sit here and watch. Because
it's a video diary for us.
What else you got?
That's it.
Look at this. Let me see this one.
Just text her to put wood on the fire.
So look, if you can see, you can't see it. So this is kind of like,
oh gosh.
Okay, that was dumb. Can't really see it. So this is like
you're gonna have to pull one up
blue, all blue. So it's like
and there's purple.
All this blue is like going from all the way from New Orleans through the tip of Alabama, across Georgia, South Carolina, into North Carolina, up to Virginia.
That's poor people are
that's a big freaking storm, man. And then right underneath that is us, and it's all blue, purple, and green. So right now we're sitting in the green because it's starting to rain here.
But they're saying tonight we're supposed to get freezing rain.
Golly, man.
Yep.
But,
okay, I have to go.
But I mean, how do you feel about something like this?
I like this. It's therapy. We can talk.
How do you feel like the last week? You know, how do you think it went? Like
I think it went okay.
how we did?
I think we did okay. We're handling things, and I think one of us is handling things a little bit better.
You take the guess of which person you think it is. I know what my guess is. It's pretty obvious, but I just, you know, I guess we'll just see how this goes.
Yeah. I think it's good. It's talking.
Gotcha.
It's good.
Anything else before we get out?
Nope, that's it. Love ya.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody, and hopefully it won't be another month or so until we do another one. Knowing me, it may take a month for me to put this together. I don't know.
It might. Only because I'm leaving at the end of this.
As long as the internet don't get shut off, we'll be all right.
Yeah, but I'm leaving at the end of this month.
All right, guys. Well, you know, if you're not here, then I guess we'll have to do a Zoom call or something.
Zoom call.
I'm not doing Zoom call.
I was gonna say, does anybody do Zoom call anymore?
Sometimes. But, all right, guys.
Hey.
Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Bye.